Today's topic is high quality. High quality is more than just what a man brings to the table financially. If a man has high quality, he is a man of morals and a man of substance. He is a man who cares about himself. He cares about his people. He cares about his woman. And he's respectful. He thinks about things a little deeper than just, you know, the flyest car, the flyest clothes, and just trying to, bag the next girl he can talk to. He thinks about his decisions very carefully. He doesn't just have kids with everybody. And if he does have kids, he's the kind of man that would take care of his kids. And nobody would make him or tell him he have to, because he would do it automatically. That's a man of high character. That's a man of high value. Yes, there are factors that go into a high value man in terms of finances, but sometimes people miss out on good people because they may not make as much money as they think they should be making. But if a guy has a decent job but it's not, super high ranking as far as financial, but he can do what he can with his money and manage himself well. When he does get a bigger job, when he does make that financial jump, he's going to be the kind of guy that's going to be well worth looking into. Especially if he ain't got no kids, he ain't got no drama, he ain't got no problems, beyond regular stuff. Everybody got certain problems, but if he's got the kind of character where he's willing to deal with his problems and address them realistically, that's the kind of guy that needs to be looked upon differently. But, if all she want to be around is a bunch of wannabe gangsters, wannabe thugs, wannabe Tupacs, that's all she gonna know. And the irony of it is, all of those types end up in two places: jail or dead. And a man in jail can't raise his kids. A man in the morgue cannot raise his kids. But a man who is willing to and able to, he can elevate a woman. He can elevate a woman. He can elevate her and put her in a home where she's comfortable. He can elevate her life in terms of what they can do and where they can go. He's willing to share his knowledge with her. And if she has any kind of knowledge that she can share it with him. And two people who can build together can have something. But they don't want to do that. A high value man will make the right decision for himself. A high value man will make the right decision for his family. He knows that, I can't just, be silly with my money. I can't be silly with my money. I mean, I have to know how to make investments that make sense. I have to know how to make sure that bills are paid. I got to make sure that we got some type of food in the house. I got to make sure that, we have at least the basics covered. and sometimes, we can have, extra money for, you know, essentials. There are, not essentials, but, for like, you know, for partying and goofing off and things like that. But a high value man understands that he can't just throw his money away. He can't just throw his time away. He can't just throw his seed away. A high value man knows it takes time. A high value man knows that he can only do certain things that will better him and better his overall quality of life. And if you are a high value man, people will see it by your actions, by the way you carry yourself, by the way you talk to people, by the way you, conduct yourself, even around the opposite sex. Because a high value man, he may be attracted to a woman, but he ain't trying to grab and be too hands-on with every woman. Because he knows that one, makes him look real thirsty. Two, it can be seen as sexual harassment, because it is. And three, just, again, overly thirsty. I know I made the same point twice, but it is what it is. A high value man knows to put, spirituality into his life. And spirituality has to come first, actually, because he has to love the Lord, love himself, and love his woman, and love his kids, if you have it that way. But if you do it that way, you are a high value man, because you love the Lord, you love yourself, and you love your woman and your children. It has nothing to do with how much money you got in the bank. But your character. If your character is high value, then you are high value. Your job may not be, the best. You may not have the highest income. But if you're a guy and your income is, if your income is decent and you do those things, you know how to put money into a savings account. You know how to put money away. You know how to pay your bills. Then when you with a woman, it's already easy for you to do everything for it, or do as much as you can for it, because you already got the money. And these things make you high value. The only problem is the women have to be willing to look that way. But in many cases, they don't. And that's their problem. All right. That's my opinion on this situation. Please, if you got comments or suggestions on things I should talk about, put in the comment section. I'll listen. All right. Signing off. Peace.